Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. And you know that I'm the kind of guy who does things the right way because you can see toilet paper is going over the front. Now if any of y'all have the toilet paper going over the back, you need to work on things. So that's all I got for today. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. This is part 2 of the bathroom edition. I'm not going to flush the toilet this time though. So I got this water leak area here cleaned up, and I've had the fan running. Everything is dried out. I brought out the heavy guns here. I've got some acrylic latex caulk, some fast dry acrylic latex caulk plus silicone. I'll probably use this one actually because it says it's ready to paint in 20 minutes and it's already been opened. It's got this awesome bolt sealing it up. And I've got some all-purpose joint. He said joint. Joint compound. Yeah, it's legal in California. It's okay. So what we're going to do, and a roll of tape. So I'm going to run some tape along this and along this. I'm going to try to fill as much of this in here with this fast dry acrylic latex caulk plus silicone all the way down to here. I'm going to go all the way around here. You can see it's even got a crack area down in here. So I'm going to fill all that in. Actually, let me clean that out some more. All the way around there. Hell, I might even do the inside of it as well. Probably makes sense. Get that all done up. Once that dries, we're going to take the 420 compound and we're going to fill in this area here. And then we're going to sand it. And then we're going to put some primer on it, and we're going to put everything back. So let's see how far we can get on this thing here. So I started putting tape on this so I could get a nice even line. But then I decided that you're not going to see any of this really anyway. And the silicone's white, so it's going to blend in with almost everything. Maybe when I do this, I'll put the tape on it when I go between here and here. But I've already put a bead of it down there, and I smoothed it out with my finger. Put a little water, dip my finger in the water. So let's see if I can work in here, but there's not much room. Let me see if I can get a bead of it going in here. Get it on camera, we'll try. Not going to be easy no matter what I do. This thing's in the way. Let's start up high first. And this, I kind of want to try to push it in here anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bead of silicone down. Then I'm going to try to push it in with the putty knife. That's probably going to make a mess, but that's okay. And then I'm going to come over and put another bead of it over the top. And we'll see what happens. This is all in the back anyway, so. Oops. Well, let's see what happens with this putty knife now. Or if my son is watching this, he might remember some videos we watched where they called it a pooty knife. Pooty knife. doing good or bad or otherwise, but it's probably not going to hurt anything. Don't really think it's doing a lot. Yeah, I don't think it's doing a whole hell of a lot, but I guess if I get some in there and some on the outside, it'll help. Really like the acoustics in this bathroom. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to go all the way up as high as I can on this too, just to help prevent this issue from happening again. So let me go over that a couple times, and I'll bring you back for the final product. So I got all this stuff caulked up down here, all along there, along here, up along that edge. Some of these needed some in there, all the way around this, and inside as well. There, there, up there. And a few of these blocks had some grout that was missing, so I filled it in with caulk. Now hopefully that will prevent the water from going out and messing up this wall over here in this corner where you can see. So I'm going to let this dry up, and then we're going to hit up the joint compound, and then we'll sand it, and hopefully it's going to look okay. The nice thing is it's back there, so it doesn't have to look perfect. So, easy day. The struggle is real, ladies and gentlemen. This bathroom is so small. It's hard to get in here, and it's hard to make a video in here. I wish I would have thought about that before I made this small bathroom. I never should have thought, never should have made such a small bathroom thinking I might have to make videos in it at some point, but who the hell thought they'd be shooting videos in a bathroom? Alright, so I've got my 420 compound here, and I bought this a couple months ago, I think, when I was working on the windows in our back room where we got the dogs and the laundry and all that stuff. I fixed the windows back there, got them finally all framed in and drywalled, and I think I even made a video of putting up the blinds in there. That was a fiasco, as many things around the Global Domination headquarters are. But we'll try to put up a little bit of this joint compound right in this area here. I honestly could probably get by without it, but we're in here, so we'll do it. I mean, this is all the way in the back. Only person who's going to know about it is me and, well, all you lovely viewers, I guess, will know about it too, so dang it. I never should have made a video showing you all this now. We got to try to make it look just a little bit better. Oh, I got a little buddy ant over here. He came to help out. Said he got the acoustics in here. I'm sure in the age of the cell phone these days, you've either answered the phone in the bathroom or you've had somebody else do it to you. It's pretty obvious, you can tell. This bathroom acoustics. So I had a friend who would tell me when they answered the phone in the bathroom, they would put the bath towel over their head. They put their towel over the head so that no one could tell they're in the bathroom. So there's your little hint, life hack, I guess, from me to you. If you don't want someone to know that you're in the bathroom when you're on the phone, you can put the towel over your head. And I can neither confirm nor deny that I've ever done such a thing. But I guess it works. Working with drywall compound is kind of like frosting a cake, only not nearly as delicious. Don't eat it, ladies and gentlemen. When you have someone who knows what the hell they're doing with this stuff, they make it look easy. I, on the other hand, am not the best at it, but I can do a acceptable job. I'll try to knock some of these high points down here. That's probably going to be all we need to do. We'll let that dry up and then come in here and sand it. Wipe it down, paint it. Well, you'll see it all. We'll be back. After these messages, we'll be right back. It looks like this is dried up pretty good. Get in here and do a little bit of sanding action. Fortunately, like I said, it's in the back here where I won't really see it, but I'll know it's there, and you'll know it's there. So I got too many people knowing my business, so I gotta make it look at least somewhat presentable. Just using a sanding block here. I don't know why I'm sanding over here. This is all behind the vanity. You probably don't want to watch me sanding for 15 minutes, so that's enough sanding. We'll come back when I get it done. I knocked down all the high spots and wiped it all down with a sponge, cleaned up all the dust. If you ever work with drywall, it makes a hell of a mess. That's really the biggest pain of the whole thing. Even if you're not good at drywall, it's not difficult. Now, the professionals, they'll come in and they'll put one coat on, sand it, and they'll put a second coat and they're done. Someone like me, I'm usually a 3 or 4 coat guy to get it to look almost decent. So if you ever watch, home improvement channels or whatever on YouTube or TV, don't get dissuaded by seeing how easy they make it look, because the professionals, of course, on anything make it look easy. But drywall is not difficult. It's just going to take a little bit longer for the amateurs among us. So now for this project, since it's this little area and you're only going to be able to see in there and you can't even touch it, well, I didn't get it as good as I honestly would have if it would be a visible area. So I don't really care. It's way back there. I just wanted to get it cleaned up, make sure we don't get that water damage back there again. So it's better than it was, and it's going to be just fine. Now, when it comes to painting this, I have this Kills latex. So if you read this stuff, this is good for stain blocking and sealing. So if you got walls that have stains on them, or you want to change from a dark color to a light color, this is a great paint to use. So I'm probably going to put 2 coats of this on here. You don't need to watch paint dry. You want to watch me put on it? Here, I'll tell you what. I'll apply the brush to it, and you can watch about 10 seconds of it. It's pretty exciting stuff, this painting. It's almost as exciting as sanding. Here we go. All right, look at that. You dip the brush in the paint, and there you go. Now, you just imagine I'm going to paint the whole rest of that. So we'll come back after it's done. 3 coats of primer. So we've cleaned it up Installed the sealant, put the patch compound on there, primed it up. Let's move in the vanity. Now when I took this out, it had some shims underneath there. So I'm going to have to grab a level and find out where those shims need to go. And then we'll drop in the, actually I could probably just drop that in right now. I can go ahead and drop the sink in there right now. Get it shimmed up. Well, actually I'll shim it first actually because I want to go on here for the levels. So let me grab a level and we'll get that done. We got it pretty well leveled out here. Already got one screw kind of started in there a little bit. Get that installed. And this other one in this corner over here. Whatever it does. Yeah, I don't think that one really even gets into too much, like I said before, but it's in there. Now let's put the sink up here. Et voila! All right, well, you know, if you watch part one, I got to get way up in there and get these two long screws in a very small spot. And then, of course, we got to hook all this stuff up. So let me get in there and install them screws. I'll get those hoses hooked up and we'll do a little test on it and make sure it works. But it definitely looks nicer in there now. And that's one more thing that I can check off the misses list. Got those pesky screws in there, and I've got the cold and the hot water hooked up here. So let's get this trap reinstalled. I don't know who installed this. It definitely wasn't me, but there's some interesting connection right here. I've never seen it done that way, but I guess it works. And now on to the test. Okay, so we turn this on first. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. And you look for leakage on these. And there we go. Agua. And you check for leakage here as well. But so far, it looks pretty good. All right, let's get up off the floor here. No fun. All right, not that big of a deal. Now, I think I said in the beginning of the video that I was considering doing something to close this off. I'm gonna have to look into that. Maybe like a piece of plexiglass, clear plexiglass that I could bend like this, and then, I don't know. And I could make a piece of wood to fit in here to close this off. But maybe it's better to leave it open. Then if we still have leakage, we can see it back there. I always hated this because if you drop your toothbrush or a comb or something in there, not that someone with a haircut like mine needs a comb, but you know what I'm saying. something falls in there, it's a pain in the butt to get it out. So all that's left to do is the cleanup and the celebratory completion beer. So hopefully that we all learned something here. Got to get the bathroom taken care of, keep the significant other happy, then you can start working on your own projects that you enjoy rather than things that you just have to do. So thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.